The application for the censor certificate for our film No Fathers in Kashmir was made on the 15th of July 2018, and now we are sitting almost in the middle of January. So that's, I guess, over 6 months that we've been waiting for this issue to be resolved. Meanwhile, the film has gone from the first screening at CBFC, second screening at CBFC, screening at FCAT. We've gone back to the CBFC for another screening, and now we're going to go back to the FCAT. The current status of the film is that it's been banned, in as much as that it's been refused a certificate, and maybe, if we make a few cuts and modifications, then maybe we will receive an adult certificate. Well, I can't really get into the exact nature of the cuts because there's a legal process on, hence. But what I can say is that they're entirely frivolous, and in fact, more than frivolous, they are really bad in law. They don't take into consideration the CBFC's own certificates that have been given to previous films such as Heather, Half Widows, and Textures of Loss, which is about stone pelting in Kashmir. Heather, for instance, was quite critical of the state, given a UA certificate, I believe. Textures of Loss is about stone pelting in Kashmir, was given a U certificate by the High Court after the CBFC gave it an A certificate, so it's almost exactly the same case as ours. Half Widows was given a UA certificate. It's a film which has exactly the same themes as our film, which is about the half widows in Kashmir and the disappeared men. And when we brought this up in the sort of hearing, this was dismissed completely. At the outset, I must say I have not seen Uri, but I have received reports. And I believe it is not only violent, as I guess a war movie needs to be, which is normal, but it's also pretty gory, which is also part of, Game of Thrones, for example, or any other film or series that's available freely on the internet, is gory, and that's the reality we live in our day and age today. And perhaps it's got the correct certificate for what it shows, which is a UNA certificate. The irony here, of course, is that our film too has applied for a UNA certificate, but our film is deemed inappropriate for that sort of audience, whereas a film like Uri is fine. Now, our film has no sex, no violence, no gore, no drugs, no abusives. Our film is about two teenagers, 16-year-olds, who fall in love and have their first heartbreak. And while in the sort of search for their missing fathers, discover a few truths about Kashmir. I am 100% sure that an audience that would have seen Uri and would have then seen No Fathers in Kashmir would wonder what this whole fuss about first banning us, giving us an A, demanding frivolous cuts, what this whole fuss, this 6 months of delay, has all been all about.